Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. We have a very exciting episode for you guys today. We will be joined by Rhonda Chisenhall and Chloe Romaker of Northern Kentucky Community Action Commission. They will be talking about their open job opportunities, as well as their Headstart program for children. Thank you to our podcast sponsors, CVG, our title sponsor, Crume Consulting, our digital sponsor, and our episode sponsors, Horan and Harlan Bank. We will also be joined by Crume of Northern Kentucky Triad, who will be talking about the William T. Bill Robinson III Economic Development Award honoree. That award will be given out at annual dinner on September 15th. Annual dinner, presented by Fifth Third Bank, is themed Destination NKY. Annual dinner will celebrate Northern Kentucky by honoring the accomplishments of individuals in the business community and making our region a great place to live, work, and play. You can learn more and register for this event at nkychamber.com/annual dinner. This is usually a sellout event. We've said it before. I'll say it again. Don't forget to get your tickets. You won't want to miss this awesome event. Now let's go meet our members of the week, hear from our sponsors, and I will meet you guys back here with Lee and our friends from NKCAC.
CVG Airport is the lowest fare airport in the tri-state region with 54 nonstop flights and direct international service to 7 destinations, including Paris, France, and now home to both DHL's and Amazon's global cargo hubs. The airport is furthering its position as leader in aviation and is deeply committed to being an economic driver for the community. You can learn more and start your next adventure at cvgairport.com.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. Crume gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, Crume generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can Crume do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we will highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. For more than 100 years, Americans have entrusted their cars to AAA so they can travel with confidence knowing they are protected every step and every mile. Commonwealth Hotels are owners, operators, developers, and managers of a wide portfolio of successful, guest-focused hospitality brands. Barnes Denning is a certified public accounting and consulting firm serving businesses and organizations in Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. Forst Bank is a community-based bank combining personalized service and technology to provide a happier banking experience. Frost Brown Todd is a full-service law firm with more than 500 attorneys operating in 14 markets across 8 states. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I am joined by 2 members of the Northern Kentucky Community Action Commission. We have Rhonda Chisenhall, Vice President of Community Development, and Chloe Romaker, the HR Generalist. Thank you both for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yeah, so let's jump right in. Tell me a little bit more about the Northern Kentucky Community Action Commission. We were joking just a second ago about how you guys are everywhere.
Yeah, so we are a social service agency, a nonprofit organization that helps families in Northern Kentucky. And we cover 8 counties in the Northern Kentucky area. So Kenton, Campbell, and Boone, of course, and then Gallatin, Grant, Owen, Pendleton, and Carroll. So we do have offices in all 8 of those counties. So we are everywhere. And then we have additional locations through, some of our specific programs have facilities as well. So we actually have, I think it's about 24 locations, actual buildings where we are located throughout those 8 counties. And so we provide support to families in the Northern Kentucky area. A lot of families come to us at a time of crisis. So a lot of times people are first coming to us when they're having a crisis. They maybe are behind on their utility bill. And their electric's about to be shut off, or they're behind in their rent and they've gotten an eviction notice. Or they need assistance with food. So they're coming to us at a difficult time in their life, a time of crisis. So we help them through that crisis. We get them through that immediate need. And then we're really designed to case manage and work with them so that we can try to figure out what brought them to that point. How did they get in that situation? What are the barriers that they're having? And then how can we help them overcome those barriers? So the idea is that we're going to work with them, and some families it might just be a couple months that they need assistance, and we work with them. And other families it's more of a long-term, partnership where we're there to help guide them. But we help them overcome those obstacles. So it may be that they're looking for employment. They don't have a job. They need a job. So we help them with that. Or maybe they need education to get a higher paying job, or training to get a better job. So we help just really break down those barriers. Maybe they don't have childcare, so they can't work. So just really looking at the root causes of that and helping overcome that and get them on the path to self-sufficiency.
Right. Yeah, that is awesome. I know you guys do so much in our community. Like you said, you touched on pretty much every issue that you can think about that families do. Obviously, those workforce things, education, childcare, those things that we talk about all the time at the chamber. So it's great to know that you guys are out there helping families in our community. Is there anything else that you guys are doing right now? I know right now you guys have some assistance programs for energy. Is there anything else you guys are actively doing that you want to highlight?
Yeah, sure. So our light heat program is running now. And so people with, in time of crisis, or just even if they're just behind and don't have a disconnect notice, we have funds available to help with that. We also have funds available through the cities and counties to help with utility assistance right now. And then we are enrolling for our Headstart program. So most people know community action because of, they've heard of Headstart. So early childhood education. So providing quality, early childhood education for low-income families, helping those children get kindergarten ready. So when they are in kindergarten, they're on grade level. And we have locations all throughout Kenton, Campbell, Boone, and Pendleton County. And we are enrolling right now for, the school year that is just starting. So anyone needing assistance, needing, preschool services, can reach out to one of our locations to inquire about enrollment there.
Yeah. In addition to that, you guys are also hiring right now. I know you guys have a lot of open positions. I know you guys wanted to talk about that today.
Yeah, definitely. So right now we have a variety of different positions open, especially with Headstart. We currently have a $1,000 sign-on bonus for any of our Headstart roles. So that includes lead teachers, family advocates, even if someone has never been in a classroom before. We have assistant teacher roles open, and you don't need classroom experience to be an assistant teacher. And we're also looking for a mental health consultant as well for Headstart. So a little bit of everything. That's one of my favorite parts of Headstart is they truly offer wraparound services for our families. So we're looking for people to be able to provide those to our families. And then more on our family services side, we are also looking for an executive assistant for our HR department. We're hiring for our health benefit assister program, or connectors. You'll hear them called either one. And they go out into the community and talk to people about Medicare, Medicaid, K-CHIP, just different forms of insurance, helping people to enroll and get information. So we're both looking for a manager for that role, and then additional connectors as well. And then we're also looking for a floater receptionist or neighborhood service coordinator. So like I said, we're looking for management level, and we're also looking for entry level. So kind of whatever people have done in the past, we've got something that they can jump in and work with their community. So yeah, that's kind of our openings that we have right now. And they change rapidly because we are growing. So there could be new positions.
New positions every day, even.
Yes.
That's my constant joke. I'm like, this is what we have today. But if you don't like any of these, come
Just
back
wait
in a
till
few
tomorrow.
days.
Yeah. And how can people find out about your guys' job listings?
Yeah, so we post a lot about them on our social medias. And then the website to go directly to all of our job postings is nkcac.org/job-openings. So that'll take you directly to it, or you can just go to our website, nkcac.org.
Okay, perfect. And both of you guys touched on Headstart. Obviously, some people in our community do know what that is. Can you guys touch on that a little bit more for those people who are listening who maybe don't know?
Sure. So Headstart, we have Headstart and Early Headstart. Early Headstart, it provides child care services from age 6 weeks to 3 years. And then Headstart is the 4 and 5 year olds preschool education. So we hire, just like any preschool facility, we hire teachers, assistant teachers, site supervisors. But the idea is that we're providing quality preschool education to children who come from families where the family maybe cannot afford a private preschool. So they're getting a quality education to prepare them for kindergarten so that when they enter the public school system, they're kindergarten ready, and they're prepared for their academic career the same as a child who was able to afford whose family sent them to a private preschool. It's a holistic approach, so we really work with the families, the parents. The parents are required to be involved. Education is not just the child going to school, so the parents are required to be active and participate in the child's education and be involved in that. We have a Head Start Policy Council that governs the rules of the decisions of the Head Start program, and that is comprised of parents of the Head Start children. And then we also provide health services as well. So we're not just getting them the education, we're making sure that the parents are taking them for, or they're getting through our Head Start program, eye exams, dental exams, all their vaccinations, all their shots, all their checkups, things that they need. Because if you're not healthy, you can't learn. That impacts your learning. And then our family advocates in the Head Start program actually work with the family on any other needs that they might have. So, for example, if they're having difficulty putting food on the table, we'll connect them to the resources and help them with that. Because again, if a child is hungry, it's going to impact their performance in the classroom as well. So just helping to overcome all those barriers that families might encounter that might prevent the child from being successful in the classroom.
Right. You mentioned that holistic approach to helping families through their times of need. It's really great to hear. How can people find out more information? I know you said you're enrolling right now. Is the best place to go just the NKCAC website again, or are there other resources parents should be checking out?
Yeah, the best place is to go to our website, nkcac.org, and click on our services, and then, Head Start. And then there's actually an enrollment form they can download on there or fill it out online and send it in. Yes.
Perfect.
And we have locations. I did talk about we have Head Start centers in Covington, Newport, Alexandria, Taylor Mill, Fort Wright, Butler, Kentucky, Falmouth, Kentucky.
Burlington.
What?
In Burlington.
Burlington, yeah, Boone County, yes. Yeah.
A little bit of everywhere once again.
Yes.
And then I want to pivot back to the hiring aspect that you guys talked about earlier. I know you have a lot of open positions. Are there things for people who are listening that are maybe looking to be hired or want to be sharing this with friends and family? Are there things that people should know about your company, the benefits to working? I know getting involved with the community is something that you mentioned, but obviously competitive hiring is something that everybody is dealing with right now.
Definitely, yeah. So some things to kind of know about us on the benefit side. We are in the Kentucky pension plan. So anybody who contributes in that gets the benefits of the Kentucky pension plan. And then we also have an additional retirement plan that people can participate in as well. We have I think when people think of time off in companies, they normally think of one big bucket of PTO. We actually have vacation time, and everyone hired starts with 10 days in their first year. Everyone gets 7 sick days a year, 3 personal days, and 2 floating holidays. So when it comes down to it, it's almost a month off when you first start. And then we also have 13 different holidays that we celebrate each year. So this year we celebrated Juneteenth for the first time. So that's our newest holiday. And then on top of that, we have 3 different medical insurances, dental, vision, short-term disability, life insurance, all that good stuff. And then we, although we are a nonprofit, we do try to keep up with the rest of the world in terms of pay rate. So we do our best to be competitive there as well. And then we also work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. So we work a little bit shorter than your normal 40-hour work week, which is definitely nice as well.
Yeah, that is awesome. Rhonda, is there anything else about hiring, the open positions that you have that you would like to share with our listeners today?
Just that, we have a wide variety of positions and job, positions with different job responsibilities. So, we're a nonprofit, but there's a whole spectrum of, different fields and I guess specialties that, talents that, we're looking for. So even if it's somebody who, has not had experience in the nonprofit field, that doesn't mean that they wouldn't be a fit to come here and to work and that there wouldn't be a place for them. So I would just encourage anyone who's out there looking and thinks that, they would enjoy working in a field where they can make a difference in the lives of others, to go to our website and check out our openings.
Yeah, that is awesome. And Chloe, what about you? I know you are more connected to some of that, is the one that is looking at all those open positions daily. What about you?
Yeah, the thing that I was thinking of also wanting to mention as well, if someone isn't looking for maybe your typical 9 to 5 job, we also have a senior employment program for anyone over the age of 55 where they can work part-time in the community, and they're paired up with another organization. We also have our youth build program for young adults ages 18 to 24 who haven't gotten their GED yet. So in the morning they work to get their GED, in the afternoon they work in construction. So we have a variety of different programs. We also have a lot of volunteer opportunities as well. So even if you're looking on our website and don't see maybe a job that you think is your perfect fit, we also have a lot of opportunities still to get involved in the community as well. And kind of like we joked about earlier, we've got new positions all the time. I believe we've almost doubled since COVID started in our funding. So we've opened 3 new programs in the last year and a half. So we are always changing and evolving and trying to find ways to better serve our community. So even if we may not have the job for you right now, that doesn't mean in a few months we won't.
Right. Well, thank you guys both so much for your time today. I hope that some people reach out about the open positions. Before I let you guys go, is there anything else about the commission that you guys want to talk to our listeners and viewers about?
I just would want to put a plug in for our next event we have coming up is a Black History Walk in Covington. So it'll be on October 8th at 10 a.m. And we'll walk through neighborhoods in Covington, pointing out different points of interest in Black history. And then the event will start here at our our administrative offices at 717 Madison, and it will end actually with a kind of an after party at Lincoln Grant Scholar House at 824 Greenup Street.
Well, that is great. Chloe, anything else from you before I let you guys both go back to your busy days?
Not that I can think of, but if anyone does have any questions about any roles that we have open, definitely feel free to reach out. I know there's kind of a comments box on our website, or you can also email our HR department at humanresources@nkcac.org. So if you do have any questions about any of our roles, we can definitely answer those.
All right. Well, thank you both again so much for joining the podcast today. I really appreciate your time.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Hi, everyone. I am joined by Lee Crume, President and CEO of Northern Kentucky Triad, and we are here today talking about their annual dinner award recipient.
Lee, take it away.
Sure. So we give annually the William T. Bill Robinson III Award for Economic Development. It's given to an individual, entity, company, or organization that really demonstrates outstanding achievement in economic development.
Yeah, and so tell us about this year's award recipient. It's a big name. A lot of people know this one already. So,
Yeah. Well, before I tell you the name, it's a big name, and it's really about a life of service and commitment to the community of Northern Kentucky. And it's Representative Sal Santoro of Boone County. And we're just really thrilled to recognize Representative Santoro this year.
yeah, and Sal Santoro has been such a big part of the Northern Kentucky community for so many years. It's really great to know that you guys are going to be giving this award to him this year. So tell us a little bit more about why you guys chose Sal Santoro.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, it's really about, focused on his most recent work in the House of Representatives, outstanding efforts, chairing the subcommittee on transportation, authorizing that plan for the state of Kentucky. That's an enormous amount of work for any legislator. It's one that I know he took very seriously and paid huge dividends for Northern Kentucky. But again, going back to just a life of service from a state highway patrolman, owns his own contracting business as an electrical contractor, has served on numerous boards throughout his career, as somebody who's really given of himself for a very long time. And we're happy to recognize not just the most recent work, but really the lifetime of work for our community.
Yeah, and that is great. And this Economic Development Award, over the years, it's gone to so many great recipients. Tell us a little bit more about that award. I know this is the one that you guys get to present. You guys go and pull from a group of great candidates, I'm sure, every single year. But tell us a little bit more generally about this award.
Yeah, so Bill Robinson III was really one of the fathers of economic development in Northern Kentucky. He was a founder of Northern Kentucky Triad. He served on our board for a very long time. Again, somebody with a lifetime of service to our community that unfortunately we lost very quickly and too soon. So the award was created really to honor his legacy and what he was able to do for our community. Past recipients of the award, I think, really represent the spirit that Bill gave. Bill Butler, you think about what he and his companies have given to the community, both from a private sector, building buildings, but also from a nonprofit, whether it's the Life Learning Center or Horizon Funds and things that they've helped start. Gene Schroer and the Catalytic Organization, what they've helped do in the river cities and catalyzing new development. My predecessor, Dan Taberke, in 20 plus years of service at Northern Kentucky Triad, just to name a couple of the past recipients there. And really, it's a tough challenge for us every year. And you think about it, Northern Kentucky, we're blessed with a lot of very, very good leaders, people that give of their personal time and personal energy. And I'll tell you, we have a very robust conversation at our board and our executive committee meetings, trying to vet candidates and then whittle it down to the finalists, which is why we're just thrilled to recognize Rep Santoro this year.
Yeah, and like you said, it takes a while to whittle down. Was there anything in particular, other than obviously the transportation work that he's been doing recently, that really stood out to you this year, that you're like, this is the year we're going to honor him?
Yeah, well, let's hit on that transportation piece, because there's about 1.4 billion reasons that we can talk about that's important work. And I should clarify, that's Brent Cooper chamber math, but again, a big job as a Kentuckian and a legislator to author that transportation plan. And Northern Kentucky this year will be the recipient of investment of about $1.4 billion. The Brent Spence Bridge, the 4th Street Bridge, the 536 East-West Connector for Boone, Kenton, and Campbell counties. These are very big and important projects that are really taking that next step. And Rep Santoro's thumbprints are on all of those. So we really thought his work in the House of Representatives, now that he'll be phasing out of the legislature, was just the right time to tip the cap for him.
Yes. Well, congratulations to Representative Sal Santoro. We are so excited to honor him and the rest of our honorees at annual dinner on September 15th. Before I let you go, Lee, tell us a little bit more about what Triad is going to get into this coming fiscal year.
Yeah, so one of the things, there's a lot of good things going on in the community. We just mentioned the road development. You think about just growth in our community. Ovation is really coming out of the ground. There was an announcement of the former Newport Steel site that will get redeveloped by Hilltop companies. The City of Covington continues to make great project with the IRS side. Those are all really exciting. Turfway opens in a couple of weeks. Obviously very exciting. For our company specifically, we are really launching into the operational phase of what we've called Build and Elevate Northern Kentucky. It's 4 specific channels of work that we've launched. It's targeted business growth, meaning being very, very specific about the types of companies we bring to this community, helping with workforce solutions, leveraging the resources that we've got to get workforce connected to employers. It's about activating the Port of Northern Kentucky, which is an existing entity that's out there, and it's about creating a more data-informed community. And so I would mention 2 dates. The first, August 30th, we're having a wrap-up event at Build and Elevate Northern Kentucky at Boone County Distillery, really to say thank you to those 60-plus companies that have chosen to invest in this work. And then the other is November 30th, we're going to have our first ever annual forum for the Data Informed Community Channel. That will be at the new Turfway Park. So we'll get to highlight the new Turfway Park and how cool that is. We'll really bring community leaders together, private and public sector, to talk about the data and issues that are really going to be meaningful for us and how do we create strategies going forward. So August 30th and November 30th, that worked out perfectly, 2 30ths for events that we've got coming up.
You guys couldn't have planned that on purpose.
Literally just occurred to me that we got those both dates and they're 3 months apart. So
yeah, well, both of those sound great. I know we will look forward to those events at the Chamber, but Lee, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we will see you at annual dinner, and we will have a great night honoring Sal Santoro and the rest of our honorees.
Indeed, and congratulations again to Rep. Santoro.
Hi, I'm Shannon Schumacher, Account Executive, Kentucky Market Leader. At Horan, we champion bold innovation to help employers and individuals thrive. As an industry thought leader, we explore new horizons in healthcare, benefits, employee engagement, and wellness. We work harder to deliver all the strategic benefits, planning, and execution you expect from a true partner. And we do it with laser focus on your short and long-term outcomes to help manage your benefits while improving your employee experience.
So Heartland is celebrating its 110th anniversary this year. Recently, we partnered with the Kinkle family and the Fisher family in Northern Kentucky, Boone, Kenton, and Campbell counties. And we have 3 offices there to serve the Northern Kentucky region. Just remember, when the economy heats up, come see us at Heartland Bank, where banking really feels good.
Come on over to Heartland, where banking feels good.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Lee, as well as that segment with Rhonda and Chloe of Northern Kentucky Community Action Commission. They have some really incredible job opportunities open, as well as programs that really help a lot of members of our community. So if you're interested in any of that information, whether it's the Headstart program, job openings, or anything else they have to offer, please visit their website to learn more. Thank you again to our sponsors, CVG, C-Crew Consulting, Horan, and Heartland Bank. Once again, annual dinner is very likely to sell out. That event is on September 15th. We're just a month away. Don't forget to get your tickets. You can find those at nkychamber.com/annual dinner. And finally, if you are a member who would like to be featured on the podcast, or if you're interested in becoming a member of the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. You can find her contact information in our staff directory at nkychamber.com or on the screen in front of you. Thank you all so much for listening to the podcast or watching the podcast today. I'll talk to you all next week.